This is the Khoodeelaar television channel, broadcasting under the banner of BabyAngelGeronimo. This series of the editions is marked by BabyAngelGeronimo Manifesto for Animals and Humans. We are continuing the manifesto, and we are doing this especially in light of the evidence that not only the DEFRA, the corrupt organization as part of the United Kingdom state, but other departments like the post office, especially the post office, are corrupt to the core, openly corrupt. As the post office has been exposed as having prosecuted nearly 1,000 innocent sub-postmasters and mistresses in the last nearly 20 years. Despite all the innocent postmistress and postmasters clearly and consistently denying the allegations. One case of innocent postmistress being brutally treated has been Seema Misra, who was sent to jail when she was 8 months pregnant. And in all the years of persecution of the innocents, the legal system, the judiciary, was not only not upholding due process and the rule of law, so-called, but the British judiciary was brazenly, in plain sight, complicit as the enforcer of the crimes being perpetrated by the UK government through the post office. The department which has got the post office as one of its agencies is, of course, the business department. The business department, part of the UK cabinet, which is being held by the Nigerian-born woman, a far-right criminal self-seeker called Kemi Bad Enough. Well, I call her Kemi Bad Enough, just slightly changing her spelling of her name. It is, of course, Bad Enoch, but it's an Enoch that has to be the Enoch that has to be the focus, because everything that this Nigerian born and brought up extreme right-wing self-seeking criminal represents, echoes the racist Enoch Powell. I don't know who gave the name Enoch, Bad Enoch, to her, but of course it is part of the Christianity that she was born into. Kemi Badenoch is featured in an interview published in the Times Magazine, London Times Magazine, dated Saturday the 10th of February 2024. And in it she says, I feel being a woman is a much stronger part of my identity than being black or Nigerian. Now there are no words to condemn her. And to condemn her because of her complete stupidity. And it seems that being a complete idiot is an asset in the Conservative Party. I mean, being an idiot has not prevented or stopped Rishi Sunak from being Prime Minister, the leader of the Conservative Party. Nor did Liz Truss get deterred or stopped or prevented from being Prime Minister for 46 days, being an idiot. And Kemi Badenoch is so stupid that she has been openly supportive of Rishi Sunak, who has been condemned for insulting the rights of people like this child that has been murdered for transgender identities. And Kemi Badenoch has supported him. In fact, she has condemned the Labour Party for raising the issue. Notice this. She is condemning the victim of a murder, hate crime. And she's supporting Rishi Sunak, who has condemned her or has insulted her memory and has refused to apologize as demanded by the murdered child's father. So Kemi Badenoch, Kemi bad enough, is many degrees to the right of the latest right-wing conservative Politico in the United Kingdom. She says that she feels stronger as a woman, not as a Nigerian, not as a black woman. Now this is unreal. Because looking at Kemi Badenoch, it is impossible to see her as a woman first in a racist, white-dominated culture, society, environment. She is black before anything. She is black before Nigerian, of course, because black is also available in other backgrounds in Africa. So she is black first. But she's only protected. She is only protected despite being black because of her affiliation to the most fierce right-wing, pro-racist, criminal set of values. That Enoch Powell, going all the way back to Enoch Powell, she's bad Enoch. Enoch Powell would have been perversely very proud of. And she condemns black people as quoted. Here I see a lot of mixed race people who seem embarrassed about the white side of their family. Now she thinks that those black people or mixed race people who seem embarrassed about the white side of the family are wrong. It's not right to hate any person of any ethnicity. That is our position, that is my position. But when given the context, the whiteness is given superiority to blackness, then the people who are of mixed race must be entitled to put in perspective the reality of racism, which is based on the superiority given to the white side. The fact that she finds that wrong or worth commenting on adversely shows her stupidity. And the fact that it is highly possible that, like Sunak, she will become the leader of the Conservative Party shows that she will carry a message that will be hostile to the black people. In fact, it will be as hostile to the people of the Windrush generation and to other people of African origin, blackness. People in the United Kingdom ordinarily are not treated as equal. People of African origin, people of Caribbean origin. As has been exposed in the evidence of the treatment of the Windrush generation and other people of similar backgrounds who were targeted openly by the Home Secretary Theresa May, endorsing the open introduction of a hostile environment to make life as uncomfortable for black people as was possible. So Kemi Badenoch is worse than even Theresa May. And although she says that she is aware of the fact that her being a woman is stronger than her being a Nigerian or a black woman, it is perverse because her being black is the first thing that comes to the observer, the viewer, attention, who is watching her. It doesn't come across as if she is black later. It comes across as she is black first. Whether Nigerian black or black from any other country in Africa is, of course, secondary. But the fact that she is black is the first thing in the observer's eye. What about the women? Black women. Black women being denied basic rights and equality when it comes to being compared with their white counterparts at any point in the United Kingdom. She hasn't got anything to say about that because she cannot justify anything. This is her pictured with her father, the late father called Femi, the Nigerian father Femi. And here is the cover of the Times magazine. Featuring her. And the actual newspaper, the Times newspaper, has got her that's the picture. And the picture is captioned Pink Politics and Power. People often ask what made me a conservative, says Kemi Badenoch, business secretary and potential future Tory leader. Part of it was stupid, lefty, white kids at university. Stupid, lefty, white kids. I mean, why does it have to be stupid, lefty, white kids? Anyone with any common sense, anyone, absolutely anyone with any sense would want to know why a black person should be a conservative at all, regardless of what status in terms of internal political power or significance they are given. Why would anyone want to be a conservative? In fact, why would anyone want to be a conservative, whether they are black or whether they are white? Because being conservative, ideologically, morally, ethically, should be passé. It should no longer be relevant, let alone acceptable politically, to be a conservative. Because it represents the worst values, the worst purpose. And the fact that Kemi Badenoch doesn't understand that being a conservative is a liability shows her own stupidity and her own lack of knowledge. But it seems that the likes of the Times newspaper and the likes of the writer, Jenny Starner, who is shown as having interviewed her, consider her stupidity as an asset, gives the game away. Actually proves just how bad being conservative is and how the lowest common denominator is being a conservative. The lowest common denominator is the acceptable quality, the essential quality for being a conservative. And she says that she's on top of her brief. She will not be tripped up. Well, there are some quotes here. He says, At university, the stupid lefty white kids didn't know what they were talking about. The Rwanda deal will happen. Its critics are racist. How the fuck? She is completely in denial. She is a complete idiot. And the main criteria, the main quote quality seems to be an idiot. You have to be an idiot to be conservative. And the more idiotic you are, the more likely you are to be conservative leader. What are the conservatives doing there? For example, the conservatives in the United Kingdom have got Kemi Badenoch as the, well, according to this plug in the Times and other plugs in the right wing. But there are others who are not likely to be leaders of the Conservative Party, but have been Conservative MPs. And on a wider scale, they have been Conservative supporters. And what are these black people who are conservatives and have been conservatives, what are they contributing? What are they contributing politically? What are they contributing socially? What are they contributing ethically and morally? Because, for example, the people who supported the apartheid regime, the black people who supported the apartheid regime, didn't have the moral courage correctly to openly admit to that. Nor did the colluders who colluded with the Rhodesian Ian Smith regime or other parts of Africa where the racists control the still running empire. The conservatives who have been given the platforms, conservatives with a C, of course, getting the platform, enjoying the platform, include the likes of Trevor Terrible Phillips. Trevor Terrible Phillips is, of course, officially a card-carrying member of the Labour Party fronted by the political murderer of the Labour Party, Keir Starmer. But he is actually closer to the likes of Kemi Badenoch than he is to any genuine Labour Party member. As I witnessed in the 1970s at a discussion held at the Friends Meeting House in Euston, in London, the racists chose Trevor Terrible Phillips to chair the discussion. And the discussion was about the racism, especially as personified by Peregrine Worston, who was for years editor of the Sunday Telegraph. So Peregrine Worston was sitting there, as was Terrible Phillips. And the main audience, which was not a very large audience, it was maybe 100 or 150 people altogether, had, of course, present in the audience a man called Mike Phillips. Now, Mike Phillips is biologically the elder brother of Terrible Phillips. And Mike Phillips is a friend of mine. But I wasn't there to have any engagement with the criminal, Terrible Phillips. I was there to actually witness what would happen. And at the beginning of the so-called debate, question and answer, Mike Phillips very gently tried to say something, and he couldn't finish his sentence. He couldn't finish his sentence before being shouted down by Terrible Phillips, who said, "Shut up, Mike." Now, Mike Phillips is at least 2 years or even more years older than Terrible Phillips, because there are several siblings. And Mike Phillips is not the eldest of the siblings, but he is definitely much older than Terrible Phillips. For him to insult someone like Mike Phillips, who is known, had been known in the black community and in the wider community as an intelligent person with significant self-respect as compared to others, showed the length, the depravity of Terrible, the mental slave, Phillips. And I think that the condemnation by Kemi Badenoch of the lefty white kids who wanted to know why she became a conservative shows the similar kind of mindset, which is devoid of any morality or ethics. And the fact that the conservatives are now allowing the promotion of this fantasy of Kemi Badenoch being installed as the leader of the Conservative Party in the near future shows the disappearance of any values, if there ever were any values, in the Conservative Party. As I was saying, the Conservatives have had many black supporters, but none of them has actually contributed anything morally, ethically, socially, intellectually to the discourse, to the table. They haven't brought anything of any significance whatsoever, except their roles in various kind of degrees as mental slaves. So they prefer mental slaves. For example, Rishi Sunak, since becoming the leader of the Conservative Party, has not made any headlines whatsoever about the plight of the victims of racism either in the United Kingdom or abroad. In fact, Sunak has been persistently supportive of the current ongoing genocide and Holocaust being inflicted on the Palestinians, which is a Muslim population, by the Zionist state of Israel. And the idea that Rishi Sunak supports Rwanda, Kemi Badenoch supports Rwanda, Priti Patel supports Rwanda, Suella, Ibila, Cruella, Fernandez supports Rwanda, shows the bankruptcy of these people who are all black. Well, Rishi Sunak is not black in the African origin as such, but his parents are from Africa. They come from India, but they come via Africa. Sunak himself was born in the United Kingdom, but he was born to Indian parents who came to the United Kingdom from Africa. And Sunak is corrupt. Sunak is corrupt, as is evident in his business deals. In the latest information that has been available, Sunak made more than £2 million personally in the last year. That is the extent of the corruption he is sunk in addition to the other corruption that has been revealed about his politics, his political policies being linked to the impact it would have, favorable impact the policies would have for his family's business, his wife's father's business, his wife's business. Everything that he has been supportive of is prompted by the consideration of how much benefit it would directly have for him and his family. So it's nothing to do with the overwhelming majority of the people, black or white in the United Kingdom population, who are lumbered with poverty and hardship, is to do with the very opposite. Those who exploit society and abuse society and insult society and deny society. Sunak is one, Liz Truss is another, and Johnson, of course, is the congenital liar, being touted as being poised to return to help the Conservative election bid. He's only been ousted a few weeks ago. His corruption and criminality. The fact that they're even talking about bringing back Boris Johnson to the front line in the Conservative Party shows that the Conservative Party has no morality, no ethics. We shall be continuing on all those in due course. Now, where in all of this is the evidence that BabyAngelGeronimo is absolutely correct as the witness, the most innocent witness to the corruption and the criminality and the unfitness for purpose of the United Kingdom state, United Kingdom Parliament, United Kingdom judiciary, United Kingdom media. Everything about the post office scandal proves that, and everything about the various decisions made by the various stages of the judiciary to convict and then to punish these innocent postmasters and mistresses vindicates the leadership in the analysis, in the observation that BabyAngelGeronimo has been offering from this platform. We shall be continuing on this. A short note about Pakistan. The Pakistan military, this is now 0041 hours GMT on Sunday, 11th of February 2024. In Pakistan, the election that was staged on the 8th of February is yet to be government. Next government is the result of that